power of intention is gonna change your life. If you have an intention, you have a desire to achieve something in life, and you're willing to set your intention to it, everything is gonna change for you in one moment. You don't need a smart morning routine to succeed. You don't need that smart book to read to be able to be successful, to get rich. All you have to have is only your intention and your desire. And that's it. These two are the means to success in whatever industry, whatever you want to have in life. If you have a desire and then you have your intention, like, you have it, you got the thing, whatever you want, it's in your hands already. Because the power of intention is that same moment when just something in your head changes, it just clicks, and then nothing is the same anymore. Because when you set your intention to something and you're determined to get there, like, you're gonna get there. And I'm not talking about motivation and focus and your discipline and your routine. Yes, these things are important, but this is not the intention. The intention is when it's just in one moment you decide that I cannot live like this anymore. Something has to change, and I want to get this thing, and I'm gonna get it. That's it. Like, no matter how, I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I don't know what I will have to do to get there, but I'm gonna get it. Like, I'm determined to get it. And you have this inner fire, this inner desire, this inner drive to get this thing, and then you're gonna get there. Like, this is it. You don't need, like, this is the secret. This is everything you will ever need. Your intention and your desire. Because I remember in my life, even like when I was lost, I remember one moment, because over the course of my life, I have had multiple spiritual awakenings, and those instances when just something clicked in one moment and everything changed in my life. Like, just in my perception, in my head, like, everything shifted and everything was different. But I remember clearly this one time when I was at a very bad place in life, let's say. It was many years ago, and I was reading Martin Eden by Jack London, which is one of the best books ever written, honestly. And there, the main character, Martin, he fell in love with a girl who was very wealthy, and she was from a high class society, and the man, this Martin, he was just a rag. He was a vagabond, honestly. Like, he had nothing. He was just a sailor. And because of his love to this girl, he decided that he's gonna change himself. He's gonna change his entire self-concept. He's gonna go up the ranks, and he's gonna enter the high level society just to be able to have that girl. And I'm not gonna spoil her, but the thing is, the core thing of this book for me was that Martin, he set the intention to have the girl, and that was everything he said in his life. He was like, I need to have that girl, period. Like, he had nothing in his mind. He built this genius plan, a genius structure just to have the girl. And like, the way he operates, the way he thinks is so motivating, honestly. It's unbelievable. The way he thinks, the way he gets things for himself, the way he's crazy, he's literally insane, he's the madman, he's obsessed with his idea of becoming successful and getting the girl, and that's everything you will ever need. And what did Martin have? He had his intention. Like, in 1 second, when he saw that girl, and he went out of her house for the first time, he was like, that girl is mine. I'm gonna have her. And when I was reading that book and I saw Martin pick himself up from where he was, and he was like at a very bad kind of place in life. Yes, he was happy, but when it comes to like material things, he didn't have much. And when I saw him just go up like the ranks in life and go up the levels, and as he went up to the higher society, and I honestly, when I read the book, like my jaw was on the floor. I was like, oh my God, this man is a powerhouse. He's like, I was fascinated. And in my mind, just something clicked. And whatever depression, honestly, I have, whatever suicidal thoughts, or like, I was just not, in general, like I wasn't in a good headspace. And in that moment, when I was reading that book, it's just something clicked in my head. And I said, I'm not gonna live like this anymore. Me, my life, is not gonna be like this anymore. I don't choose this life for myself. I want something different. And period. And like that's it. In that moment, in that instant, whatever problems I had, like whatever depression I had, it was just gone. Everything was gone. Just in one moment, in one instant. It's just 1 second. And this is called the power of your intention. But like, to be able to really, experience this power of intention and to set your intention to something, first you have to know what you want. You need something either external to motivate you. And I'm not talking about this motivation when you have this drive to achieve, and then like you have this motivation for 2 days and then it's gone. I'm talking about this motivation when you get something, when you get inspired, like in one moment, when you're admired by someone and you're like, and your heart and your mind and your body are like, this moment, and you're like, I want this, like I want the same thing. And I called it, this is like this moment of, kind of an awakening of your, like of some part of yourself that admits what it wants and that it really wants it. And this is the moment when you have this ability to set your intention and say to yourself, and promise to yourself, I'm gonna get it. Like, I'm gonna get it. I have it already. This is mine. Just keep this thought actually in your head. This thing is mine. I have it. This thing is mine. I already have it. And this is it. This is the power of intention. And not only do you need to know what you want, but you also obviously, like, the next steps to get there is to start taking action and build a good plan, like Martin Eden, for example, did. Just build a good plan for yourself, kind of have some ideas in mind how you're gonna get there. Of course, because you cannot just set your intention and manifest. You also have to take action, because there has to be balance. So material between spiritual is always good. And like, I don't know what else to say. Just honestly, as long as you set your intention to something and you decide for yourself that things cannot go as they go right now for you, everything will shift. Just the reality will shift around you, because you shift your belief. It's the change is going to be momentary, because in your head, your neurons, your neural pathways, they literally change. In the moment you set your intention and you say, no, I cannot live like this, I will not live like this, and I'm gonna change something. This is when everything changes. Even though maybe on a physical level, nothing has changed really yet, like the universe has started shifting because you shifted your belief. And when you shift your belief, everything's gonna shift in your mind, like in your reality. This is just how it works, because we will literally live in our heads. Everything that we see, it's all projection of our mind. You know that we see with our brain. Our brain is like literally shows us a picture to see, colors to see, but in reality, nobody knows how like reality looks like, because reality exists in our heads. And what does exist then outside of our heads? Well, who knows? Nobody knows, because we live in our heads, right? So like everything is so, like there is no anything definite in this life. There will always be like things in between. And the point is to learn how to live for yourself. Just know what you want and how you're gonna get there, and like just believe in yourself. Like the self-belief and self-concept are also the things that you're gonna need along your journey. Like you need to have the self-concept. That's it. Like Martin Eden did. He had a crazy self-concept. Like the amount of self-belief he had is insane, because he was able to become the most famous writer of that period, like in his world that he was living, that Jack London invented. And like he was just an incredible person, an incredible character, because he had a crazy self-belief. He wasn't even a normal person. Honestly, for me, he was a genius. He was so determined and so passionate about what he wanted to get in life, that he changed his entire reality. Everything shifted for him, just because he was so, I would say, he had the audacity to look within, look outside, and change the things. Like this inner fire, nothing can replace this inner fire and inner desire. If you have it, no one will ever be able to take anything away from you. If you know who you are, no one is going to be able to take anything from you, because the most precious thing you have is yourself, your self-belief, and your self-concept. And that's it. That's your pathway to success. The end.